What I'm really just gonna ask you about today is just what are we doing today?
Okay.
Mainly highlight this is the last day of shooting.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. And that's it.
Do you want me to go now? Okay.
Need to be on the road by 7:50.
We drive to Laguna.
So yeah, just keeping each other on the same page.
Completely forgot to take into
Like,
account
getting
time.
pressed. Things are easier and things are more fun.
2, 3.
Love and Beaches documentary, scene 1, shot 1, take 1, Kennedy, stop it.
I'm ready. Okay, I'm Kennedy Beckius. I am a film major here at GCU. I'm emphasizing in production. I knew that I wanted to do videography, and then I got into college and it was film. And then I realized, oh, like you can actually like make movies. Like that's an actual thing you can do, opposed to just like YouTube, I guess, if that makes sense. And I fell in love with it. Like I loved it.
Ridger, take 1, stop stick.
I'm Ridger Palma, and I'm the writer and producer of Love and Beaches. I took a look at myself and saw that everything I had directed, I wrote. And I wanted to challenge myself to write something that I wasn't going to direct. And I didn't know what that was going to be because at that point I had only made action films, whether it's comedy action or drama action. So I was like, I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to make a comedy romance, as well as I want to learn what being a producer really means. I actually met Kennedy with Tony.
And because of the 48, I became friends with Bridger, and he was talking about how he wanted to write something but not direct it. And I read it and I thought it was really funny, and he just asked me if I wanted to direct, and he saw that I was able to do a comedy and do it well, so he just thought that I'd make a good director for it. So I said yes.
I asked her in February last year, so pretty much a whole year ago, and I don't think she knew what she was getting herself into.
Barefoot slapping on the blacktop as I'm running my way down the driveway to your car. Don't know where we're going, following the sound.
Oh yeah.
You don't like this one?
No, where's the cushion at?
I like your shoes. We can get those. This is why he's not having.
Sounds good.
Rich, what do you
Picky about your benches, you picky about your bitches.
I got that on camera.
Putting the script side, it was like, okay, we're driving people to California, a pretty big crew.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Someone said a wrong word. Someone said the bad word.
Let's go west and
When we started getting on the road, I was in the car with all the talent and with Ridger, so it was a lot of fun. I remembered me and Madeline loved Taylor Swift.
Guess what time it is?
Harumph.
And this is when 1989 came out, so we're listening to Taylor in the car. We just generally had a really good time, and I love California, specifically Southern California, so I was so excited when we got there.
Isn't it now?
Our trip here was fantastic. Emma blew out my speakers, but oh my gosh, you didn't say passing. Crossing! It was fun though. It was so cool.
What about you, Emma?
It's pretty cool.
mountain high and river wide. I've only eyes for you.
When we did our tech scout to the beach location, it was very surreal. We didn't have an exact location plan, but we had an idea. We went over there, and in my head I was like, oh, this is perfect.
It's gorge. Look at this. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. No, we're just looking.
Oh, just looking. Okay.
Because we're talking about this is not aesthetic. We don't want to look that way.
It wasn't exactly what I had envisioned, but you know, when you see something, you're like, oh, like that makes sense. You can kind of like switch your vision around. And I was just very hopeful. It was just a good night. We all left in high spirits. We left in high spirits.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be for real. I don't like to use the word like PTSD, but I have like residual stress. We get to the edge of the boardwalk and we realized we messed up the tide schedule. And immediately everyone's freaking out a little bit, but I was trying to keep calm just so like everyone else would stay calm. So I took Emma, who's our location scout, and we went to go find the spot that we had found that night. And we got there and sure enough, it was underwater. So we were like,
Bad news.
This is what it looks like when we're filming.
It's completely drowned.
See, here's the thing.
It's possible to carry the equipment over this. Everyone's just gonna have to get nasty, disgusting on their feet.
There's this other spot that's not underwater, that's close by. But we felt like it was hidden enough because we're acting under the presumption that we didn't need a permit to film there. You know, Laguna's an artsy town, and we had looked up laws, and we technically didn't need a permit. So we thought, you know, we got it all there, and we set up our first shot. The bench was placed perfectly. The camera was placed perfectly. And 2 police officers walk in.
What's going on right now? What happened?
So, we started setting up our first shot, and security came up and was like, hey, you need permits. And we may or may not have permits.
So I just took a second to sit down. And then Emma came and she sat down with me. And she was like, Ken, like, I'm so sorry. I know you're stressed out. She was like, but just know I have a really good feeling about this project. And then she also said that when she was standing on the boardwalk, these 2 people walked by them and they were openly praying. And the fact that she saw that kind of gave her hope that God was with us. And I had kind of felt the same way. And we had Hallie, who lives in Southern California, and we had Emma, who has like family friends in Southern California, both calling people. And so we got a call. Emma's grandma's friend has a friend who has I think it's like a $12 million home in Southern California on the beach. So it was like 30 minutes away in San Clemente. We get there. This is a private beach, and so we were allowed to film there. We get all our stuff down there, and a beach cop shows up again. That was the one moment I like went up to try to direct, like we had the shot set up, and then the cop showed up, and I just started crying. Richard and Tony went, talked to the cop, and he, quote unquote, what did he say? He said that he didn't give a fuck. And that first day after that, morals were high, and we had a lot of ground to cover, so we just went and did not stop. I don't want people to think that I have negative feelings towards this experience, because I feel very thankful to be able to go to California and to be able to direct and be able to work with people. It's all stress I want to have in my life, but when you're not stressed anymore, like, it's such a good release, and that was the feeling that we had. When the last shot happened and I yelled cut, you can see my reaction in it is so funny because the shot looked so good.
What? Let's go!
Yeah! Nice job, guys!
It was surreal. I'm sad it's coming to an end, but I'm also very glad it's coming to an end.
I love God's Production!
I love God's Production!
It's kind of like a end of an era type thing.
I hope that when people watch it, they feel the heart that's behind it and everything that we went through to get this film out. I think it's funny. I think it's fun. I think the vibes are great. And I'm excited for it to be out in the world.
1, 2, 3.
Love and Beaches!